do today is start with a poem from my book, If My Heart Could Talk. So let's go to a random page. Okay, wow, and this is on page 88. You know how to forgive, but not how to hold the betrayal, the ache of being unseen. You don't have to carry it alone. Share your pain, speak it out loud. Only then will the fire turn into light. So, this is in the Dear Father section of my book. That poem is dedicated to my father. Dear Father, a journey through strength, anger, and forgiveness. So, I have seen my father go through a lot of experiences where there was just a lot of betrayal and pain and ache. And that is what the masculine side of you can hold on to for so long. That resentment and that guilt can be sitting there building up, and it might not express itself today, but it might express itself in other ways in your life. It does not have to look like one way or another. So if you are holding on to pain and you know what it takes to forgive, but for whatever reason you're just not able to forgive someone, forgive a situation, you don't have to carry it alone. Share your pain, speak it out loud, and that can look like you just journaling in your room. You don't have to share it with anyone. You can share it just with your own self. You can write a love letter to yourself. You can write a love letter to that part of you that still feels hurt and still feels like they need to be forgiven or they need to forgive others. So we have the card number 44, and the poem was on page 88, and now we have 44, Transcendence. Follow the call to become luminous. Okay, and that part of you, once you take care of that resentment that's built inside of you, you are going to, like the poem said, turn all that fire into light, into energy that you can use to create and work with. Number 11, I am worthy. You are deserving of your dreams. Okay, number 11, you are deserving of your dreams. So that part of you, this resentment right here that's sitting, maybe it was something that happened in your childhood, or maybe it was something that, a parent did to you, or maybe a guardian, or a friend, or a teacher, or a loved one. They cause you to shut down, they cause you to have resentment built inside of you. Once you acknowledge that, just the awareness alone of you acknowledging that part of you, that it exists, that it's alive, that it has a lot to say and a lot to share, but it just doesn't get a chance to be spoken because a lot of us don't know. Many people don't know that they can do this energy healing work, which is what, I love, and I teach others how to work with their energy. And when you keep that energy blocked, when it's just stagnant, it's just sitting there, and like I was saying before, it might not show up instantly. It might show up in how you show up in your relationships. It might show up in business. It might show up in your day-to-day life in little moments. So what the message here is you are being asked to look at this part of you that you might not even be aware is there, but is there anyone or anything that you still need to forgive, that you haven't, that you are still holding on to that pain, that resentment? Who is that? And this can take several sessions of journaling. It's not something that you can just, sit down and, hey, dear diary, this is how I'm feeling today, and boom, expect your answers to be solved. This is a commitment that you make with yourself when you begin journaling, that you're gonna take it seriously in the sense of showing up every single day and building that consistent routine for yourself, even for something like journaling. Inner healing work requires, discipline. It requires you to show up every single day, even on days when you don't want to. So your journaling might start off slow. It might start off you just writing the most surface level things, but the more you start to write and the more you trust in what you're writing, you will be surprised by what comes out on the paper, what is there written for you to analyze. And that is how you actually start to work on that energy, that resentment. When you start writing it out, you are almost as if you are transforming, taking that energy from your body or your subconscious or your field and writing it out. And that is how you begin to transform that pain through writing, so you can see it and you might even cry. Allow yourself to cry. Writing is such a beautiful tool to do this inner healing work. And you will feel so good after a good crying session. So trust in that. Trust in that this is a skill that you develop just like anything else. And you will learn slowly but surely that you are just changing your entire reality by going in, giving yourself time to do this inner healing work. Okay, we're going to end it with the last card here, number 23, music medicine. The frequency of sound is healing. Okay, maybe you need to sit down in meditation and play a sound bowl healing YouTube playlist. You can do a yoga nidra. You can, sing if you enjoy singing. Just anything that has music and sound, and allow that to, so here's the order. If you are taking this seriously and you're going to actually implement this, here is the routine that I follow and that I recommend. Number 1, creating an intention for yourself that you are going into a period of healing. So acknowledging that you are about to do a beautiful little routine for yourself, and it's a sacred container that involves you and just you in your own energy. And once you've set that intention, go into meditation. Go into meditation, sit down, maybe play your favorite song, play your favorite frequencies, and then get into your journaling session. Once you've completed your journaling session, I recommend going back into this meditative state, closing down that container, being excited and happy that you took the time for yourself to do this healing work, which is how you develop something that you're going to do every single day, by setting a beautiful intention before you begin and ending it by celebrating yourself, so that it is built into your nervous system that this activity is safe, and it signals to the body that this is something we want to keep doing over and over and over again, and it becomes a part of your routine naturally. So end it off with a meditative session with music, close the circle, and go on about your day and see how you feel. And come back to this video and definitely let me know what that routine does for you. And if you implement any of this, I am so excited and so proud of you. So give this video a like, make sure you are subscribed to me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!